Greetings everyone and welcome back to yet again another video. This one is going to be an update video on the Oukitel C17 Pro, or as it says there, 70 Pro on the battery, but that's okay. A lot of you guys were commenting about the triple camera setup, so I wanted to try and figure out what the hell is going on with these triple cameras and see if I can address it in the best way I can. I have looked at other reviews that are on YouTube currently, and it seems that a lot of people are saying that these are fake, they do nothing, etc, etc. But I have found something that they do. As you can see, the area where the two cameras are is empty because they're just sitting down here. Now if we go ahead and unlock the phone as usual, and now we come to camera. Where's camera? We come to camera. It says camera has been disabled because of security policies. Now that seems a little bit strange in my opinion anyways. That's very sort of, okay. So I tried another method that you guys suggested, and that was open camera. Opening up open camera, it says failed to open camera. Camera may be in use by another application, but if we do that, well, it still comes up with that. I've tried it multiple times. So it begs the question, what exactly are those two extra cameras doing for this phone? What purpose are they serving? So I'm going to go ahead and put them back into the device, and we can see what happens next. Also, just a thank you to jstech.com.au for just sending me some tools. I ordered a battery from them for a device, and they sent me like a complete toolkit for free. So, thanks. I really do appreciate it because I needed a new pry tool, and I got a pretty cool looking screwdriver now, and I got some screw bits here, and I got some other ones put away. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And I got some pointy tweezers, popping the two little guys back into place and closing up the flex connector. I have not restarted the phone or anything, so let's go ahead and just see if it opens camera now. Camera has been disabled because of security policies. Alright, go ahead and reboot the phone and see what happens. This video is also serving as a bit of a test as well because I'm trying out my new camera again at 1080p at 30 FPS. I thought 60 FPS was a little bit overkill, and I've also got some new lighting happening as well, so hopefully this looks good. Hopefully. Alright, let's see what happens now. Camera is back to working. So, oh, sorry, that's shameless play there, sorry. Okay, so now with them being back in, a lot of you guys said pinch to zoom and stuff like that to get the wide angle effect going. I can zoom in, that's for sure, but doing this, you know, swiping down, anything like that, any multi-touch gestures do not switch to the ultra-wide camera, and the bokeh one, just putting my finger over the top sensor, can you see that? Second sensor, third sensor. See what I mean? So I'm not too sure what exactly is going on, but then we come back to open camera, and we can zoom in. It does zoom in and it does sort of look good, but we cannot switch to ultra wide. And I don't think you can do bokeh effects with open camera as well. So let's try another experiment. While the phone is completely on, let's go ahead and just rip out the dual cameras. Gone. And now let's see if camera will open up. And there we go. Can't connect to the camera, please make sure to close other apps that may use camera or flashlight. And that's it. We're back to that again. I've Googled the codes on these cameras to just see if anything comes up, and nothing comes up. The only thing that comes up is some sort of like big ass warplane, but obviously this is not a big ass warplane, so that kind of defeats that. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just rip one of these cameras off, straight off the flex ribbon. And I'm going to do this one here because this is the depth of field and that's the ultra wide. My thoughts on this is that this is some sort of integrated bridge or something like that. So this needs to be connected in order to enable both front and rear cameras. But what if I was to take off one of these ones? Well, I'm going to have to just rip it straight off and then see if we do get anything. And then if I can somehow rip apart the top camera, I actually want to see if there's anything inside of it. So let's go ahead and do some surgery. again. So what we want to do is go for the top camera. Now I can't solder, and I don't think these are even soldered on anyways. Alright, so now that we're about to perform surgery on a toothpick, I'm going to just flip this over and just remove the tape over the top camera. So there's a metal frame here that has the flex connector going under it, so I'm going to have to try and rip that off clean in order to get under this. Okay, there it is. What you guys can see right there is a sensor. That is actually a physical sensor attached to the flex ribbon. I'm just going to plop that back down on top of it. There we go. I saved that one. Let's do it to the other one, may as well. So the next one should be the ultra-wide one. This is the depth sensor. So let's go ahead and just try and sort of just carefully rip said module off. The plot thickens, people. Here we go. There we are. I am currently showing you what the ultra-wide camera actually is on the unit, and it is just a piece of plastic over the flex cable. So then it leaves this depth sensor at the top here. So there's no ultra wide. There is a camera sensor on here, but its implementation is still completely unknown, apart from the fact that this here is simply just used to bridge the cameras in order for them to work. I'm very confused at this point in time. Like, don't get me wrong, the C17 Pro is definitely a good performer, and for the price it's definitely a great performer, but they have lied on the specs for this, saying that there is triple cameras. There's an extra camera here, that's the sensor right there, but it's a matter of what that sensor is actually doing, and there's no other codes or anything that I can see. I really wanted to see what was going on with that one, and well, now we know. The reason why it looked like a real camera is because there's a black dot plops right on the flex cable there to appear as if there is a lens under it. Without that, you can see that you can just see right through it. You can just push the pieces of plastic back into the little bottom metal support, and there you go. You've got your triple camera setup again. Well, when we say triple cameras, we mean an extra one that we don't know what can just... I have an idea. I've just worked out an idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rip the motherboard out. I'm going to take both the front camera and the rear camera off the motherboard. Maybe leave the front camera on, but I'll put this one onto here. I'm going to see if anything happens, if anything changes, because that's the only other thing I can think of. All right, so I've got that connected up. The front camera is also connected up, so we're going to see what happens now. There we go. Camera has been disabled because of security policies. Let's try open camera. Failed to open camera. I'm going to remove the front one just to see. Alright, the front camera is removed. While that boots up, just quickly show you. So now if we draw our attention to the front camera, we can see how different it is compared to the other ones. This one has more of a plastic housing than the other ones, but we know that this is an actual camera. But this is an actual Lego style connection, whereas the other ones are a slot-in type, which makes me think it's more of a, I don't know, it's a bridge or something. And back to that again. Camera is being disabled because of security policies. What if I had no cameras? No, that's just silly having no cameras at all. Now I officially say, what now? I'm going to install the main one back into the unit and let's just see what happens. I'll leave the front one out. So the front camera is removed. We have the rear one and we have these ones. Or one. Camera has been disabled because of security policies. Alright, I'll put the front camera back on then. Okay, so I've tried every combination. Front camera in, bridge camera in, then no rear camera. Then rear camera, bridge camera, no front camera. Then no front camera, no rear camera, and just the bridge camera. We still get the same result. I'm honestly stuck at this point in time. We know now that the bottom one is definitely a fake one. That is a dud. There's nothing there except a little black dot that appears to look like, you know what, for the whole sake of it, I'll just do this. There we go. That's what you're getting. So dual cameras on the back. Now it's a matter of what that one does. So now we are at a point where I've listened to what you guys have said, And I've tried all the suggestions that you guys have said, and I'm thankful that everyone suggested a couple of different things, because we're now at this point. What do we do now? So I rely on you guys to tell me what the next step is. What you think would be the absolute next step in truly finding out what the deal is with this one here. Because that's our depth of field one. There is a sensor there. There's clearly a little sensor. But what does it do? Without this being connected, we can't open the camera. So what now? What now, guys? So that is our experiment on the cameras today. I know this might have gone a little bit longer than usual, but I really wanted to cover and show you guys what's going on. Because when I uploaded the video and seen all the comments and stuff, I thought, yeah, I'm not finished with it yet. I'm gonna open it up and see what's going on. And well, that's what's going on, folks. Bit disappointed with that in the end, but at least you guys all know now, realistically, you're only going to have a back 13 megapixel camera, which does take decent shots, I might add. So now I ask at this point in time, anyone out there who has more knowledge of this sort of, you know, in-depth stuff and all that, to let me know what I should do next. Please let me know down in the comments below. Hopefully we can finally put an end to this little tiny mystery. Very interesting though, I've got to say, a very, very interesting outcome out of all of this. I'm going to leave it here. Let me know what you think about all this down in the comments below. I do have a Umidigi. I think it's pronounced Umidigi. I think. I do have one of them on the way. Hopefully it does arrive to me and there's no delays or anything like that. I hope it's just sent through DHL. I don't really know the current situation over in China and all that sort of stuff. I'm not too sure at the moment, but if I do get it soon, that'll be another great review. Otherwise, I do have plenty of other stuff to review at this point in time anyways, just to keep going. But anyways, thank you very much for watching this little experiment once again. Thank you also for all the support and everything like that on the phone review for this. I really, really do appreciate it all. All right, everyone, take care, be good people, and I'll see you all in the next video. You couldn't fool me, you little dud camera. Now I've lost that now. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.